It's 6 o'clock.
I thank Your Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
On the news this morning, Governor Wike, Senator Godswill Akpabio tackle each other at commissioning ceremony in Port Harcourt. Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, Inspector General of Police, visit Rivers State to commission barracks built by NDDC. At least 3 people die in fire accident after IGP team shot tire of bus said to be carrying illegally refined petroleum products along Omerelu-Owerri Road in Rivers State. Family of Julius Berger worker shot by police demand justice. On the foreign scene, generals advised Biden against Afghan pullout. I am Ifeami Andrew. Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Godswill Akpabio, and Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, both tackled each other during the commissioning of a police barracks yesterday. During the exchange, Senator Akpabio invited Governor Wike to move over to the APC, where he will be appreciated. Senator Akpabio said he will not describe Governor Wike as a performing governor until he defects to the APC.
I thank Your Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, because you are not yet in APC. I will not call you a performing governor, but the moment you come, I will call you a performing governor. So I thank you for being personally present here. I know that even the praises we are heaping on you today show clearly that you are in the wrong direction. So it's time for you to come to where you have been appreciated.
Senator Akpabio also promised to complete the Eleme-One axis of the East-West Road so that the APC will not be marked by Governor Wike.
Everything will be done to ensure the completion of that road, from Warri in Efurum all the way to Oron. The most dangerous part right now is Eleme Junction. And the Governor of Rivers said, if we delay it at all, because you were touching a lot of federal projects, we thought you would touch that area. Since you have neglected to touch that area, we assure you that we are already on the road. Our city has started work. I'm sure you were leaving that one so that you will use it to focus. But then, I'm assuring you that we are going to disappoint you, because we are going to complete that East-West road, and on time.
Responding, Governor Nyesom Wike said he is comfortable in the PDP where Nigerians still have hope.
I thought we came fully to commission this project. I didn't know that former Governor Akpabio will turn it a political rally, but let the records be straight. I prefer to stay where there is malaria than to go to where there is cancer. Malaria is treatable. Cancer at 4th stage, you are likely to die. So I don't want to die now. So I'm very comfortable to remain where Nigerians have hope.
And Governor Wike also threatened to block access to the NDDC office on Eastern Bypass in Port Harcourt City if the NDDC management does not bring funds agreed to reconstruct the road.
There's no collaboration we have had with the NDC that they have completed one. The Mother and Child Hospital, we brought our own part of the money. NDC didn't bring it down. Okay, refund us our money. It was a war. Now, the headquarters, where they are now. Mr. Minister, you are here, you and the MD. You told me in Government House that you're going to bring 2.5 billion. The state government will bring 2.5 billion for the modernization of the Eastern Bypass. As I speak, you have not bought 1 naira. Meanwhile, the road is almost 95% ready. If you don't pay, I will make sure you win that road to your headquarters. Because, yes, I'm not there for a Christmas.
The state governor also expressed a disappointment at the time it took the NDDC to commission the Police Special Protection Unit in Omagwa.
NDDC has been a cash cow for politicians. Every now and then, the MD will be running to Abuja to seek from the office of the RGF, from the presidency before, whose contract to award, when they are not even contractors. But once they pay the first lot, all of them will just abandon it. Let nobody say that the problem of NDDC is only of Niger Delta. No. The problem of insecurity is entire Nigeria. So now they have promised us that they are going to change to make sure that NDDC will work. Let them work.
In the meantime, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has said that he will settle the matter between Governor Wike and Senator Akpabio.
I'm here to represent Mr. President, President Muhammadu Buhari, and in a minute I'll be reading his speech. I'm also here to settle the controversy between Governor Nyesom Wike and Honorable Minister Godswill Akpabio. We will settle that controversy in a most uncommon way. I will be disclosing the details of that to them in a moment or two.
The Vice President also explained how the Buhari-led administration is addressing the scarcity of funds facing the Nigeria Police Force.
We're also in the process of re-equipping our personnel, both in personal gear and hardware. An important feature of the reform is accommodation for men and officers, and I have directed that the building of barracks for men and women of the police force should be done in collaboration with the social housing effort of the Family Homes Fund. On this note, it is my singular honor and privilege to commission these facilities for the accommodation of the Special Protection Unit of the Nigeria Police Force, and I charge you to ensure that this edifice is properly employed for the benefit of the police force and the entire people of this state and of our nation.
The Vice President, correspondent Sebiruwari, reports that the Inspector General of Police Alkali Baba Usman on his part commended President Buhari and the NDDC for the accommodation.
Funding of the police force remains a huge challenge.
By this project, the NDDC has made a very bold and clear statement that the agency is not just out to be on the sideline, but to take the bull by the horn and support the federal government in addressing critical infrastructure deficit that other public and private institutions as well as well-meaning citizens will draw on this lesson towards committing to supporting the Nigeria Police Force. This is more so that we are just recovering from the devastating effect of NSA protests, which witnessed the massive destruction of critical police assets by ill-guided citizens.
Moving on, 3 persons are feared dead and property worth millions of naira destroyed following an early morning fire accident involving a bus and a truck along the Omerelu-Owerri Road in the Ukure local government area. The accident was said to have been caused by the IGP monitoring team, who shot at one of the tires of the bus conveying illegally refined petroleum products from Port Harcourt to Imo State. Our correspondent at the time of filing this report said the remains of corpses of 12 of the occupants burned beyond recognition and are still at the scene. Some eyewitnesses spoke to our correspondent.
What causes now this vehicle hit for this one and this one carried the Z? That was where fire come.
Is this IGP people? They are the people they are trying to stop the motor. Then the motor is dodging how to escape from them. That is why something like this happened this morning.
Not brake failure now. IGP, they are trying to stop the motor in order to collect their daily bread. That was the driver was down in the way to dodge them to escape from them. He hit another motor and fire started. So the problem is from IGP. That 2 corpses is the people that carry the motor, the driver and the owner of the business. They are the people that are involved, that fire burn.
2 people have been died there. So let the government show us compensation so that we can be able to console our heart for what we are losing, please.
A landlord, Chima Igwe, whose property was razed down, also spoke.
I'm a landlord indigenous of Omerelu. So here is my shop. Here is my father's house. As day break, the next thing I see, fire begin to burn. What happened? Motor hit for another motor. Thing catch fire. Both our shop and our room. Every no one will escape. We will not escape our room. Room is here. It's more than 20-something rooms. So more than 20-something rooms. And everything was destroyed. So as you see me now, I'm frustrated. Me and my family, all the entire family was frustrated. Nothing will have to do again.
Meanwhile, the chairman of the Ukure local government area, Samuel Wanosike, has sympathized with the victims. He called on the police to properly investigate the matter.
let me start by sympathizing with the families of those who have lost their life in this avoidable circumstance. I call it avoidable circumstance because I've been on this matter since I became a local government chairman. You will see clearly that the security agencies are not helping matters because you want to collect 20 naira or whatever you want to collect. You now have destroyed the life and the properties of the people of Ikore local government. It's unacceptable. It's highly condemned by my administration, and I will not keep quiet on this matter. People must be made to pay for the misdeeds.
Correspondent Emeka Otuka reports that section of the road has been condemned off while the spilled petroleum product is running into the drainage. A mother of 5, Victory Samuel, has accused the police in Rivers State of killing her husband, Ajayi Samuel. She told our correspondent that a police bullet hit her husband during the protest by workers of Julius Berger Construction Company working on the bridge from Ogoni to Bonny Island. She said her husband died on September 20 after the police refused to quickly take him to the hospital.
When I come say it was around 7:30. Now I come say people come dey waka dey come my house. Come dey hear noise say she don't sleep oh. Maybe she never hear now. I come open my window. See people plenty. I say, hey, my husband don't die. Now they say my husband don't die. I want make justice prevail because now the company where they work for, now they carry police come here. And now the police, now they shoot my husband, kill him. They not see rush and go hospital. I didn't think they quickly rush and go hospital. Maybe my husband for no die.
Also, cousin to late Mr. Ajayi, Dominic Boro, called on Julius Berger to pay compensation to the family.
The man in question has 5 children. The eldest just graduated awaiting service, while the second one just got admission into Uniben. He has 2, 3 young ones, and he has some other dependents. So, Berger needs to come up and tell us how they are going to help to alleviate the suffering that are leaving behind. Because the loss of this guy is not just for the family alone. It's the whole lot of things are attached, extended family and all those. I wish something can be done.
Recall that the protesting construction workers were demanding for an increase of salary. The police is yet to respond to this. Still ahead, court fixes October 15 for hearing of EFCC's 20 billion naira bailout loan suit against Kogi. Stay tuned. The coordinator of Grassroots Development Initiative GDI, Ichie Chapter, Teslin Agbagbo, has expressed satisfaction with the program and activities of the Obinanyanwu administration in Ichie, describing its development efforts and initiatives as meaningful, monumental, and sustainable. Mr. Agbagbo, in a statement while congratulating the Ichie Council Chairman on his second term, 100 days in office, said Dr. Anyanwu currently has 13 quality projects, both completed and ongoing, across what he described as the highest projects currently being executed by a council chairman in Rivers State. The Ichie GDI coordinator listed the projects: reconstructed primary healthcare center in Afara Ward 1, construction of 6 schools in Abo Ward 3, Aqua Ward 15, and Dashi Ward 16, Umuine Igbodo Ward 14, Amaku Igbodo Ward 14, and Umwedemba Ward 18, and also the construction of 6 markets in Olakwo Ward 13, Obibi Akukabi Ward 9, Odufo Ward 8, Ihie Igbo Ward 2, and Inihi Ward 7, including the ongoing renovation of the council secretariat, shows the prudence and transparency demonstrated by Dr. Anyanwu since assumption of office in 2018. Teslin Agbagbo added that Obina Anyanwu has written his name in the archive of the development of Ichie by attracting favorable democracy dividends to the people. The federal government says it has suspended the passports of more than 2,000 Nigerians accused of violating COVID prevention protocols after returning from abroad. Dr. Mukhtar Mohammed, who sits on the President's COVID committee, said that the passports would remain suspended for a year. An expert witness hired by the Lagos State government to investigate the shooting incident at the Lekki tollgate on October 20, 2020, says live military-grade ammunition were fired at some point that evening. The witness, Mr. Dieye Willie Harry, who is the executive director of a UK-based forensic and ballistic company, testified via Zoom on Tuesday at the proceedings of the Lagos panel investigating the incident. He said the ammunition hit the majority of the victims in the lower limbs with enough energy to fracture the lung bones without exiting the victims' bodies. After his testimony, Mr. Willie Harry was cross-examined by the police lawyers, LCC, NSAS protesters, and the Nigerian Bar Association. After that, the chairman of the panel, Justice Doris Okubi, adjourned the proceedings. She said the panel would retire to consider its ruling on the Lekki tollgate shooting and communicate to parties later when the ruling is ready for delivery. We go on another short break now. When we return, the news continues. Stay tuned. FCT police say they have arrested 57 members of the banned Islamic movement in Nigeria during protest in Abuja. Members of the group had marched through Abuja to mark the killing of the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad, A spokesperson for the Share Group told the BBC that a combined team of police and military officers opened fire on the protesters, killing at least 8 people and wounding 11 others. Police spokesperson Josephine Ade denied reports of casualties, saying security personnel only used tear gas and not live bullets. But she told the BBC that 57 protesters, including women, were arrested for holding the protest without permission, blocking highways and carrying weapons. The group says its procession was peaceful. In business, the Federal High Court in Lagos will on October 15 hear all applications relating to a 20 billion naira bailout loan belonging to the Kogi State government alleged to be warehoused by Sterling Bank PLC. Justice Chukwujeku Aneke fixed the date on Tuesday following an application made by counsel to the Kogi State government, Professor Sam Erugo-San, who told the court that he needed time to study the counter affidavit filed by the EFCC to the processes. In entertainment, Daniel Gregg's final James Bond film has finally had its world premiere in London 18 months later than planned due to delay by the pandemic. No Time to Die is the British actor's 5th outing as 007. The film hits UK cinemas on Thursday. In sports, Lionel Messi scored his first PSG goal in stunning fashion as they beat Manchester City 2-0 in an enthralling Champions League group game. Liverpool, on the other hand, inflicted a 5-1 defeat on Porto to remain top of their Champions League group. Jurgen Klopp's side was superb throughout as they maintained their 100% start in the competition. In Tuesday, other Group B fixtures, Luis Suarez scored a stoppage time penalty as Atletico Madrid defeated AC Milan 2-1.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
2 top U.S. generals have said they recommended keeping a force of 2,500 troops in Afghanistan ahead of the full U.S. withdrawal in August. Testimony by General Mark Milley and General Frank McKenzie to Congress seemed to contradict President Joe Biden, who said he did not recall any of such advice. The hearing comes weeks after a chaotic withdrawal at Kabul airport as foreign powers sought to get their citizens home and thousands of desperate Afghans begged for rescue. On the news this morning, you heard that Governor Nyesom Wike and Senator Godswill Akpabio have tackled each other at the commissioning of barracks built by the NDDC in Port Harcourt. At least 3 people have died after a bus ran into a truck parked by the police IGP monitoring team along Omerele-Owerri Road in Rivers State. Family of Julius Berger workers shot on the leg by police during protest are demanding justice, claiming he died of his bullet wounds. On the foreign scene, generals have advised Biden against Afghan pullout. The news was edited by Enoho Ogbevere. Contact our newsroom on 0818-900-0017. For more stories, visit www.nigeriainfo.fm. Partly cloudy weather is expected in Port Harcourt this morning. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Thank you for your time.